The death of Sasuke is being foreshadowed since the prologue scene of episode 1. Boruto wearing his outfit and using his sword was a massive hint to conclude the last Uchiha male was dead. The lack of evidence didn't make this theory stand out much, but it all changed with the events of chapter 69. Not only Sasuke let Boruto keep his headband, but he also said he will be showing his resolve really soon. Could this mean Sasuke is about to sacrifice himself in the near future? And could it be the reason that will force Boruto to leave the village? That's what today's video is about, so subscribe for more stuff like this and let's begin. Before going into the theory portion, let's gather all the hints of Sasuke's sacrifice and why this major event could hit the manga very soon. Boruto's story contrasted with the story of Naruto, where a lonely boy dwelling a sad fate due to the monster that was concealed inside of him ultimately went through the hardships and fulfilled his goal of becoming the Hokage. However, the unfortunate part to Naruto's story was that even though his dream had come true, he still wasn't able to save the village. The legacy of Boruto turned out to be about a boy who was gifted a privileged life since he was the Hokage's son, but the ungratefulness that he had in the beginning of the series ultimately led him to a way where he lost everything. Momoshiki and Toneri both prophesied Boruto's destiny being dark. However, Toneri emphasized the fact of Boruto's eye being the only hope for him once the calamity hits. The blue-eyed boy had good relations with his teacher Sasuke, but the twist of fate eventually made Boruto a vessel of an ambitious monster, which forced his mentor to take the oath of killing him if things would go out of line. The general public has no knowledge of Boruto dwelling a dangerous being inside of him, so if the circumstances would take a pesky turn that would make Sasuke kill the Hokage's son, he will definitely face the hatred and backlash from the ignorant people. Sasuke might even be ready to face a death sentence cause he apparently hasn't forgiven him for the sins. Loss of Rinnegan nerfed the hell out of the Shadow Hokage, and if he is going to face death by the hands of someone, that will also have a great impact on his daughter Sarada. Sarada would definitely unlock the Mangekyou Sharingan upon witnessing her father's death, and she could even gain the EMS in one of her eyes if she takes her father's Mangekyou. As shown in the flash forward sequence, Boruto's outfit and sword share a huge resemblance to Sasuke, and since he's wearing the same headband that his mentor gave him as a gift, something definitely must have happened to him. In the entirety of Naruto, we have seen students clashing with their former masters, which leads to their death most of the times. The statement of Sasuke from chapter 69 hints at something similar happening in the future of the series. The resolve that Sasuke was talking about could involve his own death, or most likely a sacrifice for the people around him. This could be Sasuke's way of atonement for the wrong that he did in the past, and it will build up the character of Sarada and Boruto. Sarada's development will be more interesting since she is an Uchiha and would try to take revenge on the person who is responsible for his father's death. But on the other hand, she wants to be the Hokage like Naruto, which reduces the possibility of her doing something dreadful. Before talking about the impact of Sasuke's death on Boruto, let's theorize what events could possibly lead to the death of Konoha's Shadow Hokage. In chapter 68, Boruto states he should be able to control his Otsutsuki powers better now, but Amado was not quite sure that he's safe from Momoshiki's possession. So keeping in mind the IQ level of Amado, there's certainly a chance for Momoshiki to overtake Boruto's body again, most probably during his fight with Code or Demon. If Momoshiki takes over Boruto while he's up against Code, he will either try to eliminate him or lay a karma on him. After Code's defeat, Borushiki would definitely try to bring Rampage, and in order to stop things from worsening, Sasuke would use his sword to cut off Boruto's right eye, which would damage his headband as well. Before leaving the control of Boruto's body, Momoshiki would use his last bits of power to kill off Sasuke, and when Boruto would gain his consciousness back, he would find his mentor dead in front of him. When this news would reach the other villages, they would most likely bear a death penalty on Boruto that would put pressure on the 7th Hokage, who is still not able to accept the death of his lifelong best friend. Kawaki could offer Naruto to kill Boruto in secret, but being the father of Boruto, Naruto would decide to ask him to forsake the village and never come back. Boruto, who is also traumatized by the recent events, would erase his Otsutsuki signature and leave the village. He would take on the sword and clothes of his mentor to continue his legacy, and the unknown journey of the blue-eyed boy shall begin. It will be around this time when Boruto would unlock the Jogan in the eye that had been disfigured by his late mentor earlier. Years later, there will come a time when Boruto would acknowledge the shinobi era has been endangered by his Kama counterpart Kawaki, and to save it from further destruction, he would reach the village to face off Kawaki as the savior of the shinobi world. Don't forget to comment down your opinion on this theory below, and we'll see you next time.